everybody, it's Tiffany Sly, visionary sales and marketing maven and personal brand guru, coming at you with the 5 secrets to mastering your marketing as the everyday entrepreneur. I'm going to walk you through 5 videos over this next week to go through some really simple and easy strategies to really appear like you're a marketing badass when you're not. That is the key to this entire thing. This is, the entire marketing badass, the background of that meaning is that as entrepreneurs like you and I, we really don't have to be a fancy marketing expert to really appear like we're marketing our standout brand in an amazing way. So today we're going to really start and dive into the essentials and the very beginning stages of this entire process, which is owning your awesomeness and finding your point of difference. So a little personal background about me. I was a real estate agent for 12 years, owning and running my own business with our family. And, when I first went into the business, I was in my mid-20s, and I did and demonstrated everything that I thought I should in the business. That's the cold calling, the door knocking, the, networking and the coffees and lunches, and constantly putting myself out there, spending money, and I was exhausted. And I really felt that I wasn't quite aligned with what I was putting out there. I didn't feel like I was being completely authentic and genuine. So I think it was 6 years in, I found that I was really spinning my wheels. I was in kind of the hamster wheel of the hustle, and I really needed to make a change. And what I discovered was that I could really truly be professional and a cutting edge expert and build credibility while still being myself and allowing my personality to shine through. And what I did was I found within my marketplace, within my office, within my competitive landscape, I started to find gaps in what other people and other agents weren't doing. And I leveraged really what my true strengths and values were, and found my place in how to offer the clients and potential sellers, potential buyers, what they were looking for and what other agents weren't able to give them. So what I did also too was I really enjoyed writing. I still do. As some of you might see that I put out quite a lot of content on a weekly basis and a daily basis because it's really important to me to share my insights. And what I found in my business of real estate was I really had an edge in terms of being able to provide my clients and readers and viewers of my website value on a regular basis. And I found that was really my most key way to build up my credibility. So I started putting out blogs. I started to share, tips and tricks and information that, they couldn't find elsewhere and with other agents and online and any other space. So what I discovered throughout my business and kind of what inspired my consulting business and the Badass Marketing Accelerator program that I created was that all of us as entrepreneurs really don't have to fall into the mold and to the square box that everyone thinks we should be in. There's so many of us in the same industry out there. We're all doing the same things. How many of you are in industries where there's tons of other lawyers that are doing similar things on social media or same blogs or same websites. It's really a dime a dozen. You look the same as everyone else. You're saying the same things as everyone else is saying. So how are customers actually going to resonate with you and connect with you? How are you going to break through? So this is why I came up with my 5 secrets to mastering your marketing as the everyday entrepreneur, because it really is that simple. It doesn't have to be really complicated and involve all these steps and all these fancy, digital practices and tools and have a writer and be so beautiful and amazing at your videos and do a podcast and do all these crazy extravagant things to really break through your market and market your outstanding brand, which you are. So I'm going to start with number one today. So number one is the most important part. And I believe that this is truly what most of us as entrepreneurs are missing when we go into business for ourselves. Number one is owning your awesomeness, which means your point of difference. What does that mean? Why is that important? Well, the key to positioning ourselves as a standout brand is knowing really who you are, what you really stand for, and why your customers should buy what you're selling. So this means really being clear on your values, your strengths, why you're different from other people in your marketplace. You're really looking at your competition and what other people are offering and what you offer that they don't. Now it's finding gaps and how you can really fit in those gaps and find that missing piece. It's really owning it and finding something that sets you apart and really leveraging that and working it to have it be your brand. I think I've spoken to you a lot about this in terms of personal branding. Why is it such a really key phrase out there in the market right now? Because it is the really owning your awesomeness and finding your point of difference. Now, how many of you have a business where you have a really amazing service, you feel like you're superior in your market, and you're really not finding that your business is really accelerating? You're not finding that your marketing's really communicating that. Maybe that your brand itself just really isn't focused and really saying exactly what you offer. Are you finding that you're not really cutting through the noise out there? So that could be that you're just really not fully aligned and haven't had that true discovery process of really diving deep into what it is that makes you really awesome and what makes your business better than others. So what we need to do is we need to really do that discovery process. So that's, we've talked about before, that's asking yourself questions like, why do I do this business? There's, no chance that any of us or you watching have started your business without any really true passion and drive that gets you up in the morning. And it's the reason why you started your business in the first place. So really get back in touch with that and remember what it is that is your why. What drives you? Like, you have a service that probably, you have an experience of your life, you have a story to tell and why you've actually come up with that business, because it actually services that issue that you've had in your past. There's a real connection emotionally to that, and that's why you started this business and offered that service. So there's an angle that you can go with. You tell your story and really get back in and in touch with that story. And your story really will allow you to differentiate yourself from your other competitors out there. That's the true essence of this owning your awesomeness and your point of difference. So you really need to harness that. So here are some fun little exercises you can do with yourself to start the process to owning your awesomeness and discovering your point of difference. Number one is make a list of your top 5 values. Make sure that they're in priority sequence. That's really important to go through. Like, write them all down first and then maybe narrow them down to, the top 5, top 3, and put them in order of priority. That's a really, really interesting process to go through. I really recommend that anyone in business should do this once a year even, to just realign themselves with what they really find important and what they stand for, and make sure that it's coming out in your own personal business. The second exercise you can do with yourself is really make a list of your top target ideal clients. That's a really fun one to do. And think about it, not just the ones that you work with right now, like your actual top clients, but what are your ideal clients you would want to work with? Paint a picture of those people. Maybe it's 2, maybe it's 3, but really think about what they do, what their problems are, what age are they, what are they really struggling with most, and how you can help them. Here's another really fun exercise. Thinking about personalities, and we're talking about brand strategy here on kind of a more technical level, but think of your business and your If it's yourself as your service provider, think of yourself and think of really kind of what personality you have in overall in your business. So are you more traditional? Are you humorous and funny? Are you laid back and relaxed? Are you sophisticated? Are you fun and outgoing and push the envelope? So think about what your personality might look like and write it down. Just make a list and get your mind wrapped around that, because that's a big part of your brand and overall how that can translate into your kind of more visual brand and every other asset that you create. In terms of colors and your language and your messaging, that can really, really translate your personality, and it should translate your personality overall. So 3 questions you should ask yourself. I've mentioned this before on a few of my videos. You should really think about who you are. So what's your business about? What do you do? How do you do it? So what kind of products do you offer? What solutions do you offer? What problems are you solving? And why you do it. So as I mentioned just before, your why is really the key to the heart of your business and you really bringing out the authenticity of your true passion and the heart of your business that you should be putting out there and having it translate in other aspects of your business and your brand. So think about those questions and come up with those and play around with your values and your strengths. Think about your strengths as well. Think about what you're really, really good at and what your business really accelerates at. And also thinking about your personality will really bring out a really great picture of what your brand and your awesomeness is and your differentiating factors are. So enjoy doing that, guys. That is really an in-depth process. So I warn you, it's going to be quite confronting and quite emotional, and it should be. Our next video, we're going to talk about visual branding, which is the next step in your 5 secrets to mastering your marketing for the everyday entrepreneur. So be sure to click down below and check out my website for any other information about the discovery process, about your point of difference in your personal brand and how to get to the heart of that. If you have any questions at all, please let me know at any time. Drop in a comment or connect with me through my website or through here, and I'd be happy to jump on a 30-minute discovery call, which is completely complimentary. It will go through what it is you're struggling with and maybe how I can help you with that and how some of my programs might be the right fit for you and what they entail. So have a beautiful day, everyone, and I'll see you next time on the second video about visual branding.